Hello, my friends, and welcome to another pick a card reading. I hope you're doing really, really well. And today we'll be looking at what you don't see. So these are things that you that basically you need to be aware of, and just it could be a manner of things. It could be to do with relationships, could be to do with jobs, could be to do with just general things that are cropping up. And do remember that this is a general reading. So if you do want a more personal, in-depth analysis of your situation, do get in contact with me via a personal reading. But otherwise, we have 3 piles for you to choose from. We have pile 1 with the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum, pile 2 with the Broken Mirror Tarot, and pile 3 with the Wild Unknown. So pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. What don't you see? Timestamps will be in the description box below, and I'll see you at your reading. Bye. Hi, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So you chose the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. Now, I don't use this tarot often, so it's interesting. So this is like, it may really be something that you don't see that might come up here. Yeah, I don't use it often at all. I only use it when I do deep shadow work, because obviously it's just black, and it's the only deck that I've got that's completely black. So let's see what your oracle have to say, and then we'll dive in. So we've got humor reversed, we've got abundance upright, we've got new moon, Pisces. Okay, I'm going to put them together. I was trying to be like, I don't know, I could do something. We'll see what happens with the cards. So there's definitely something dark, like something not dark, but like it's in the dark, like it's very hidden. It's very black. Impasse, interesting. Disruption. The Golem, a close friend, acts on your behalf. Interesting. Okay, is that all in shot? Beautiful. Right, okay, so really interesting cards, pile 1 to kick off. Love that. So it's difficult to be humorous about this, because when you don't know what's going on, of course, it's quite difficult to feel like you know what's going on, or that you can actually employ some kind of humor about it. The affirmation here is, I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. It's difficult when you don't know what's going on. I hear that. I really hear that. So you may be feeling that way. And particularly with the new moon energy as well. Like, it's that if you don't know what's going on, you can only speculate. Pisces energy, and also with the energy that we've got, that's going to be coming up anyway tomorrow. But probably by the time that you see this reading, this will be the transit that will be in place. If you're seeing this when it gets released, it doesn't matter if you're not. But Neptune is squaring, Neptune in Pisces. Neptune in Pisces is squaring Sun in Sagittarius. So it's just a little bit like, you know, all over the place. And also there may be, excuse me, there may be this sense of, God, I haven't been yawning at all, and then all of a sudden I yawn. So I don't know, for those of you who watch and know that it's an explanation of energy, that's really interesting. I yawn quite a lot when I do the reading, so that means that energy is coming through. So it seems like there's just a lot of unknown energy. I'll be curious to see what the tarot has to say, but you know, this kind of looks the same. It's interesting how they've both got orange colouring, and they're both standing in that position, except you can see his face. And it's almost like someone is going to present something to you, and you may see it as a disruption, but it's not. So, okay, that means that something that you think is going to be a disruption is actually going to help you. So, I mean, it could be as simple as something like with your car or something. Like, for example, if like, you know, you break down, your car breaks down in some random place, and you're just like, oh my God, this could be the worst thing ever. I don't know if I've got enough money to sort my car out, or like, you know, just the extra costs that incurred, particularly due to like the time of the year or whatever. But what's going on, I mean, just as this as an example, you've got enough abundance here. It says here, I'm a limitless being. I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So there's no need to worry about how you're going to manifest your material stuff in reference to that example. And also, you know, you might have missed, like say, for example, you're driving to somewhere and then your car breaks down, and then you're thinking, oh God, this is really terrible, and I'm late for an event or whatever, or I don't see my friends or whatever. And then something happens that maybe it just works out. Like maybe the guy who comes to kind of rescue you in your car, like the road services. I don't know, I'm yawning so much. They decide that they want to like maybe ask you out or something like that. That might happen. Or the event you were going to, maybe something happened and it got cancelled for another time. Or, you know, I just feel like something is going to really benefit you that you thought was a disruption. And it's really interesting how roads came into play, because he's on a road. It looks like he's on this pathway. This looks like some kind of pathway. Yeah, it's really interesting. Let's have a look at what your tarot has to say. I have to apologise, pile one. I am yawning non-stop here. Like, it's weird how much I'm yawning. So there's something to do with some kind of divine intervention that's going on, and it's so like you don't know it. You absolutely don't know it, because the new moon is like, it's all black when the new moon is out, then the sky is dark. So, and I think you're not meant to know. You really are not meant to know. And it's really interesting how this golem looks like you can't see who he is. And I mean, I don't know about this character here, and it is to do with the sacral chakra, which is why I kind of said something about it might be romantic. There might be something romantic going on. And with that pink colour as well, there was something a bit sensual, which, you know, Svadhisthana, and also like that kind of pink colour. And then you've got orange here as well. So it may be somebody that, you know, you might have some kind of connection with in that way, or may feel that way towards you. But there's something very and you might connect with them on a psychic level, but not even know that that's something that you could connect with them on. Let's see, what does pile one not see? The Hierophant reversed, the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Hanged Man reversed. The Three of Swords. Okay, yeah, I think I wanted 7. Right, okay, so but I got 8. Okay. Let's see if they'll fit. Okay, perfect. So it seems like there's been some kind of trauma that's happened. Maybe somebody has not been very good, kind. I just had to pause it there because the amount of yawns that came out were just ridiculous. And I don't know if it's because I'm talking. That might be a thing. When you're talking, you're getting rid of oxygen, aren't you? So that might be something, because obviously there is there probably is a spiritual connotation to yawning, but then this is just excessive. So I'm just like thinking what's going on. But also in the respect to your something is wanting you not to know what this is, like, for sure. It's trying to stop me from like letting you see this. We've got like, we've got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. We've also got the Page of Pentacles reversed. So both the female energies are suppressed. We've got the Hierophant and the Hanged Man. Those two are masculine energies. But there is something about you doing something new, doing something that you haven't done before. But I do see this as some kind of breakup. There's been something where someone has not been very, they've not been very honest with you. And you know this, but I don't know if they've been direct about it. I don't know if they've told you about it. I don't know if they've been honest about it, to be honest with you. I think that you know of what they've done. Like, you kind of thought that they were going to be there for you, and they're not. They're not really. They've kind of left you kind of in the ether. They've kind of gone off and they've done their own thing, and it's really damaged you. It's really broken your heart. Like, it's really interesting with this hand here. Like, this hand just reaching out. It's almost though like this hand has chucked them down rather than them helping them. And then we've got the Four of Wands. So yeah, it's some deep sense of like... Okay, I just sneezed just then. Sorry, I just had to... Maybe I'm getting sick. I don't know. I don't think so, though. I think I'm just tired. But yeah, there's this Four of Wands being reversed as well. It's just like you've been disappointed massively. So it's difficult to trust. No wonder you haven't had much humour in this situation. And it's almost like you still don't know what this person is going to do. You still don't know what this person is going to, if anything is going to, kind of happen with this person. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if anything is going to happen. You're just kind of in this space, and you kind of know that they were a bit of a, like, they may have been a bit of a cheater. For those of you who are not in a relationship, right? I'm seeing this as somebody who you trusted and you wanted to invest in. And you may have believed that you could invest in them. This could even be a maternal figure, okay? But this was somebody that you felt that you could trust in, and it seems like they just consistently let you down. They consistently were just looking after their own needs, wants, and it just broke your heart because there was something about it that you really didn't think that would be the case. You just thought beyond that. You thought that there would just be more, rather than, this happening. But you've just had to walk away. You've had to come away from it. You might have met in an unconventional way. So what you don't see coming, or what you don't see... Interesting. What don't you see, pile 1? What don't you see? That's very interesting. So with the Hierophant, you've got that there, and then we've got it, if we reverse it, we've got these two voices whispering. How much your divine self was guiding you in this journey of you stepping away from this energy. I don't think you realised how deep your intuition was. And this disruption of this person not being there for you actually was an amazing thing that happened. Because, and it's difficult to see why it was good, but the fact that this person did this thing to you actually just has made you, it's made you a lot stronger. It's made you a lot more independent. Because this thing that you were kind of wanting to be like your happy ever after kind of thing, it wasn't real. It wasn't something that was grounded in reality. It was something that was a expectation, and it was perpetuated by the way that, you know, they were being. I would say that, you know, they were a Queen of Pentacles reversed, you know, not being there for you, but then they acted with the Page of Pentacles energy, meaning, and, you know, just non-committal, they didn't value you, you know. So what you don't see here is that your intuition, what told you, and I know it's painful, but it really did help you. Okay, so we have the Jack of Diamonds. We have the Jack of Spades. I'm laughing because we've got two jacks. The Queen of Clubs. Interesting, very interesting. The 10 of Clubs. Wow. Yeah, this is big time ending energy. So what you don't see is how much of a... I think this is a real blessing in disguise for you. This is a real connection to your intuition, a real blessing in your disguise. And it's almost like your guides and your guides specifically, not so much your ancestors, your guides were directing you away from this energy. Wow. 8 of Hearts. 7 of Hearts. The 2 of Hearts and the 6 of Diamonds. Okay, right. So with the Jack of Diamonds with the Hierophant, this is the God of Fires. So there definitely was some kind of spark that was ignited in meeting this person, and be that creatively or be that in you know. It was either a sexual way or it was either creatively, in the way that you could, you know, connect with them. You might have felt really excited about working with them, and it really ignited something in you. And I think that that's really important to think about, to remember, because even if we do meet people that we, you know, that we end up not being with or being friends with or whatever, there's still like a really good... you know, there's always a lesson to learn from that. And with the Jack of Spades as well, you know, it is reversed. So there's a real, this person really betrayed you, full on. They really betrayed you. Wow, we can see some, don't know if you can you see the whales? I wonder if you can see that. Yeah, you can see the whales. Beautiful card. Yeah, they really betrayed you. Almost to a sense where you probably don't even recognize how you were betrayed. It's quite difficult. The reason why I'm laughing is because it was so hidden. They pulled the wool over your eyes pretty well, basically. So, you know, I can understand why it might be a little bit touchy. So that's another thing as well, what you don't see. They did really pull the wool over your eyes, or whatever it was that you couldn't see before, fully, you know, it's understandable because it was really hidden. 7 of Swords is clarified by the Queen of Clubs, the God of Knowledge. Yeah, you're finding things out. You found stuff out. You found it out, but they don't know that you know. And I think it's a good idea not to let them know that you know, if I'm honest. Hanged Man reversed, portal with the Time Traveller. 10 of Clubs. You wish you could turn back time. You wish you could you didn't do that. You wish that you didn't put your trust in this person. There's a lot of regret, basically. I mean, we don't have the regret showing up in the tarot, but playing cards are usually really strong. So much so that, like, I kind of am quite scared about using them sometimes. I've had my most accurate tarot reading that I've ever had personally has been with playing cards. They're very powerful. But yeah, there was a disappointment because there's this sense of, like, it's almost like a page of swords energy, where there was a real possibility where you thought that things could really happen, and you thought you knew what you were getting into. But when you look back on it, it's almost like, God, how did I not see all of those red flags? So please take it easy on yourself, because everything was dark, okay? Everything was really dark, like as in like you were in the dark. And this person did deceive you. They did. Yeah, there was a lot that was done, because look, the cards are black. You know, it's like, I just feel it. I feel like, you know, it's almost like you have a hood over your eyes. So with the Three of Swords, we have the future, the portal for the mother. And I love this card because you've got like the little baby feet that's on the bottom there. And this is about, you know, parenting yourself. I think there may have been a situation where this may have been a situation where, like, you needed to parent yourself rather than expecting someone else to do it for you. And for those of you who this doesn't, you know, you're thinking, what could this be? It could be something in the future. It could be something in the future that you're looking at. So just be aware of when you're entering into relationships. Yeah, definitely some reparenting, codependency kind of vibe that's happening. And also, like, with that Four of Wands and with this one, the portal for new lovers, and it's reversed, and being a 7, for sure. That's definitely like something to look at in the respect of codependency, seeing how you meet people and what kind of energy are you meeting people with. Maybe that's another thing that you're not seeing, how you're meeting people, because the particular energy that you're meeting people with may be attracting the types of people to you. You know, if you're wondering why you're meeting certain types of people, I always, when I looked at myself, I looked at what was the common denominator in the factors in the relationships that I had, and it was me. So if that's the case, then what is it with me that is causing me to meet these kind of people or to have these kind of relationships? So that might be something to look at. Page of Pentacles reversed, and then we've got the Two of Hearts, which is the portal for the inner being. We're a reflection, and it's reversed, okay? So we're a reflection of all of those that we meet. So it seems like this person or this situation is really showing up some interesting triggers for you, Pile 1. Really interesting. And then you've got the Eight of Cups, clarified by the Six of Diamonds. Portal for the rainbows, it is reversed. So what I see here is there's a possibility for new growth, but you're still kind of hanging on to some things. You are walking away from it, you are doing it, but there's still some things that need to be, that need to be kind of worked through. And once you start to see these other aspects, you will be able to integrate the experience a lot more clearly, rather than just kind of staying in the sorrow of it, you know? Okay, let's see what your oracle cards have to say. So we've got here waxing gibbous, water moon, passion. So there may have been something very passionate about this connection, and also something that you know, just had potential. There was something that you felt that there was a lot of potential. It might not have been romantic. But if it was, but if it wasn't romantic, then it's kind of saying to me that you just believe that there was a lot in this relationship. There was a lot there. I could also feel the sense of like, if it was a maternal figure, you really thought that this maternal figure was going to like do something or act a certain way once you did something, and then you find out that they don't care, or something like that happens, which is really tough. So yeah. And it also made you feel passionate, which is what I get here from this Hierophant and this God of Fires here, the Jack of Diamonds. You need to utilize this energy because this awoke something in you. Because you, with this Svadhisthana orange energy, and we've got a lot of yellow as well. So there was Manipur and Svadhisthana. So this is sacral and stomach chakra, solar plexus. So creation and sexuality, sensuality, and also power. So this is something that's really been beneficial for you. But right now you may not be able to see that, and I totally understand that. Okay. And then we have Lunar Moth, and then the Gate. Yeah, you're yet to walk through the gate because it's reversed. You're yet to walk through it. You have to see it, and you have to really be able to like look at it before you walk through. And then you've also got the Lunar Moth. So this may have been something quite quick, something quite fleeting. Maybe you were enchanted with the idea of it. Again, we've got this kind of like moon energy. And particularly with that Piscean Neptune vibe, it's just very ethereal, very fleeting, very like you can almost get drunk in the situation. Do you know what I mean? Like drunk in being around someone and having such a good time with them, or like having such a nice, when hours go past and you're like, oh my God, I've been here for like 3 hours or whatever. It's that. And you can just get lost in them. So yeah, there's that energy very much here, which is understandable why there's such an attachment to the loss of it. And then you've got Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, courage, strength and protection. Yeah, you were being divinely protected in this situation. Your guides got rid of this thing and was like, no, you're not gonna... This is not going to be around you. And then you've got combativeness, armament, pugnacity, submission. So I can understand, yeah, there's a lot of resistance here. You're facing a lot of stuff. You're being triggered quite a bit. So just take it easy on yourself, okay? Just take it easy. The main thing here is that what I see that you're not seeing is how beneficial this situation is for you, because it's actually teaching you a lot more than you know. Okay, and we've got 2 question cards here for you, so I'm going to read them. So, wow, we've got Sagittarius. What will you create that expands you? What will you create that expands you? And we're in Sagittarius season. We've got that aspect that's happening with Neptune and Sagittarius. So do check that out. Do harness that energy. What was the question again? What will you create that will expand you? Okay. And then this one, Ursa Major, which is the Great Bear. Are you the hunter or the hunted? Brilliant, brilliant questions for you, Pole 1. I love it. I love it. Wow, what an interesting reading. Really powerful. But there we are. I hope you enjoyed it, part 1. I really enjoyed reading for you. Thank you for allowing me to see this energy for you. If you did like it, please do like it. Please do give me a subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you would like to go in a bit deeper with your own personal you know, stuff, do hit me up for a reading. But otherwise, you take care, pile 1, and I wish you all the best for your journey. Take it easy on yourself, yeah? See you. Bye. Hi, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So we're looking at what you don't see. I'm just popping your tarot. You chose the Broken Mirror Tarot, and I'll be looking at your oracle cards first. So let's have a look here. We've got the 6th house and Vesta. Vesta's reversed. Devotion. 6th house. No, that's a lie. 5th house. No, 9th house. Sorry. No, it's not even 9th house. It's 11. Hold on. Yeah, it's 9th house. 9th house. This is the house of higher elevated thought as well as expansion. It covers long distance travels, foreign languages, higher inspiration, optimism, publications, higher education, spirituality, philosophy, religions, ideals, morals and ethics. I know. So, and also because we've got a really interesting transit. We are in Sagittarius season as I'm reading this, and it's also, we've got a Sagittarius squaring the sun. Sagittarius in the sun squaring Neptune and Pisces. That's going to be happening today, well, when you're probably watching this. So that's very interesting. Wow, that looks very similar to that. That's envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. What don't you see, pile 1? Winds of change. Your surroundings will undergo transition. Reversed. Ghost. Reversed. Okay, cool. And then we have illumination here. And that's reversed. Now look at how much orange we got going on. Similar to like pile 1, there's a lot to do with Svadhisthana chakra, which is the creation chakra. So there may be something, some kind of guilt around something to do with the maternal figure or to do with creation. Something going on there. Also there's, you know, Sagittarius is fire. Vesta is fire. It's about the hearth. It's about the home. So something is being challenged here. What's going on here? Something has challenged you. Let's have a look with your tarot. The only thing I'm really getting at the moment is maybe your own envy and guilt has made you feel a certain way. It's made you not want to be committed to something that you normally would be. Normally you'd be able to go in gung-ho and you'd be able to kind of really commit and be maybe the first one who's quite enthusiastic about something. But something's changed your mind. Something's said to you that you don't want to do it. And I don't know if it's because like a feeling or something to do with your own intuition that's made you think, actually, I don't want to do this anymore. But something's changed your mind. That's what I see. 8 of Swords. It's a commitment. It's a commitment that you don't want to keep anymore. 5 of Coins reversed. Yeah. Death reversed, but you can't walk away from it. 9 of Wands reversed. The Hermit reversed. Hermit upright. Okay. And the 10 of Swords, and then one more. And then the Ace of Pentacles. You don't see any kind of, you don't see anything for you in this situation, that's why. So, I want to know, is there something for you in this situation? Because it's what you don't see. What don't you see? What doesn't pile 2 see? there's still a lesson to learn here. There's still something that you need to learn. That's why you haven't been able to move on. That's why you can't. Because there's something that still needs to be learned. Something that still needs to happen. You're still getting over something. There's still some element of hurt that's happening. What don't you see, pile 2? What don't you see? That there's an opportunity in this situation for growth. I mean, I knew that all the readings were going to be like that, to be honest with you, but they're all happening in very different ways. So, okay, I've just realised you've got another card. Rejection. Reversed. Okay, where can I put this? Okay, I can pop this here. So maybe you're afraid of being rejected, but you're not putting yourself in the position where you feel that you could be rejected, so you're just doing it anyway. Because, you know, a lot of people do that. They put themselves, they don't want to be rejected, so they do what they can not to be rejected. It's a really weird thing. Like, they'd rather not be rejected rather than just walk away. I find that, or they end up walking away so that they don't get rejected. It's a strange, strange thing. I've never really understood it. But I know a lot of people do it because they're too afraid to face that rejection. So there may be an element of that, which is what I was getting with the envy and guilt. You may feel guilty about leaving a situation. Do you know what I'm getting in my head? I'm getting like a... Maybe you've agreed to do some kind of like cake bake sale at like some event or something. This is what's coming into my head, so I'm just going to say it. And you've committed to doing something at an event, and you just can't be bothered with it anymore. You've been doing it like continuously for the last like how many years or whatever. And you've always done it and you've always been excited about it. But now you're done with it. It's not really something that you want to do, and you want things to change, but you don't want to be... You've just outgrown it. You've outgrown it. It doesn't give you anything that you don't already have. But there is a sense of commitment here that you have towards this project, whatever it is. And even though it's not giving you anything, there's something that you still want from it. And I think it might be validation, because that's why the rejection is reversed. So there is a sense of validation from a situation where you may have said to other people, you may have said, God, I don't know why I'm doing this. I really don't want to do it. I really don't want to do this. And then people are like, well, then why are you doing it? And you're like, oh, but I have to do it, you know. I have to get on and I have to do this thing. And there is something that's telling me that you do have to do it. You do. But it's not at all for the reasons that you're thinking. It's not because of your commitment to other people. It's because of you. And it's because you fear being rejected. You fear that if you leave this thing, that it will be a rejection of some sort. How will it be a rejection if you are tired of it? Hear me out. So if you feel that, you know, you've been in a place, and unless you leave on your terms and it's really nice and you decide to leave, but even when you leave, it's almost like, aren't they going to like worry about me? Aren't they going to be like, they're going to be lost without me? What are they going to do without me? This has been a part of my life so much. How are they going to live without me? And it's a very ego-centered kind of way of looking at things, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't, you know, it's fulfilling something in us. It's not just that it's just, well, it is ego, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It means that there's a need within you that needs to be fulfilled in some other way. But the thing is that you know that there would be somebody else that would be that could do it with enthusiasm. You may even be a chairperson of this cake bake sale or whatever. I don't know, maybe this committee. And you just really don't feel any passion for it. And now you're wanting to move on from that. But you don't know how to, because you're getting a lot of validation from the committee. And that's kind of what I'm seeing. I mean, of course, you know, this is general reading, but that's the kind of thing I'm getting here. And there's something that you need to be on your own to find it out, because it's making you react in ways that you don't like. It's making you get very defensive about things. But there isn't really any room for growth here. There's no opportunities here. There is a kind of opportunity, but it's not what you think. The opportunity is how you grow from this situation. There's something else that's on the horizon for you, and is waiting for you to kind of leave this situation so that you can grow into the other one. But you need to leave this behind, and you're not going to, because death is reversed. So let's have a look. What does pile 2 not see? 9 of clubs. Portal for the unraveling. Yeah, so this is quite unseen. I'm laughing because, like, I don't know how you would be able to see this. It's a bit deep. This is a bit shadowy, this reading. I didn't anticipate this. But yeah, it's something that you're not seeing. You won't be able to see this about yourself. You're probably thinking, what am I talking about? Because it takes a lot of it takes courage. It takes courage to look at this part of yourself. Wow, the portal for the animal. Yeah, there's a scared feeling. I wouldn't be surprised. Highly defensive, scared, you know. Feeling like, you know, you may feel that you're being a little bit edgy, and you're like, why am I feeling so edgy? And it's because of this, because it's underlying. You need to sort it out. 6 of spades. Portal for the tide. Yeah, this is you'll continue going in this cycle until you can figure this out. This is a karmic cycle. The myth of the Great Mother, which is one of the jokers. There's 4 jokers in this pack. And the myth of the Great Mother. Yeah, this is to do with some kind of ancestral stuff. Because it's triggering something very deep within you. Because of this rejection. And then we've got ghost there as well, reversed. It's almost like you get really angry if people do it to you, but then you are almost in that position where you might do it. So if that's the case, then it might be this ultimate kind of reflection, self-triggering, triggered when, you know, it's just total self-reflection. Only take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate, it's not your reading. And also you've got the Four of Hearts, portal for the family, and it's reversed. Yeah, you need to do this on your own. You may have a family. You may have people that you're with. But you need to figure this out on your own. This is your own stuff. Nobody else's. King of Diamonds. Nice. Over the 10 of Swords. That might be a bit hard for you to recognise. It is going to be hard. I'm not going to lie. Pile 2. I won't be surprised if you tell me what you're talking about, Reena. I don't know what on earth you're talking about. But for those of you who do, well done. And I know you will attack this in a beautiful way. And you will heal it. It's not as bad as you think it is. 2 of Spades, the portal for the desert, Ace of Coins. I think the fact that you're not getting anything from this situation should be a massive indicator as to what is going wrong here. Not the fact that you're not getting something from this situation, but why do you keep on returning to it? That's a really, really important thing to think about. And I thought the whole thing with the karmic lesson was there when I saw Vesta reversed, because that's deep. So this is an underlying problem. An underlying problem is something. Things want to change, but they can't, because this thing needs to get exorcised first. Exorcised an exorcised demon. Okay, let's have a look at other cards. Those are not your cards. Right. So, waxing, wow. Waxing gibbous earth moon, buds, ambition. You've got other things to achieve, pile 2. You've got other things to do. You've really outgrown this situation. You've got something that you need to do. You've got bigger fish to fry. You've got to get through this. You've got to get through this. What's that song? I've got to get through this. I've got to get through this. I've got to... Hold on. I'm going to get the words for you. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, now, it's about love, yeah? But I don't think that this situation is specifically about love, but just hear me out. It's give me just a second and I'll be all right. Surely one more moment couldn't break my heart. Give me till tomorrow, then I'll be okay. Just another day and then I'll hold you tight. And then it's... when your love is pouring like the rain, I close my eyes and it's gone again. When will I get the chance to say I love you? I pretend that you're already mine, and then my heart ain't breaking every time when I look into your eyes. And I'm seeing you looking in the mirror here. I'm not seeing you looking at other people. This could be a relationship, but I don't know, I'm seeing a mirror here because we've got this here. And then the main lyric is, I just got to get through this. I got to get through this. I got to make it. Gonna make it. Gonna make it through this. Said I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna get through this. I got to take my mind off of you. Give me just a second and I'll be all right. Surely one more moment couldn't break my heart. Give me till tomorrow, then I'll be okay. Just another day and then I'll hold you tight. So, really interesting. Really, really interesting. So you've just got to get through this. It's almost like you're pushing through this. Pushing through this pain. That's what it's mainly about. Okay, let's have a look. Making peace with yourself and those around you. Very important. Very, very important. Responsibility, wow, and power. Beautiful. You have to reclaim your power, pile 2, and you're also having to accept that this sense of responsibility also includes responsibility to yourself. That's a big, big thing, pile 2. Having responsibility for everyone else, that's all great. But what about you? What about responsibility to you and what you want and who you are? That's what you're not seeing. You're not seeing that you need to take responsibility for yourself. Interesting. Okay, so we've got sublimity, which is resplendency, imperfection, and superiority. So just understanding that, you know, you don't need to be perfect. You really don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be the one that's there all the time in this kind of like perfect role. No, you don't need to be. And then we've got a question for you, and it's the Phoenix. What will bloom from your ashes? Pile 2. What will bloom from your ashes? I think that's really fitting with what I said earlier about, like, if you were to leave this situation, what do you think? How do you think you could learn from this situation? How do you think that you can move through this situation? Yeah, and it's not as cloaked as pile 1, but I feel like you're stopping yourself from seeing this thing. That's why the Phoenix is there, because it's your chance for you to rise, which is why I said it was like shadow work stroke karmic cycle. So, very interesting reading, pile 1. I'm sorry, pile 2. If you enjoyed this reading, please do please do subscribe for more videos. And if you wanted to go deeper with your own path, please do hit me up for a reading. Details are in the description box below. And I'll see you soon. Take care, my darlings, and have a beautiful day. Lots of love to you. Bye. Pile 3, hello. And welcome to your reading. You chose the Wild Unknown deck. So let's see what your tarot has to say before we dive in. Sorry, what the oracle have to say before we dive into your tarot. So we have fear and happiness. Interesting. Interesting. I'm laughing because it's so weird how two very different, seemingly different things arrive at the same place. 120, a trine. Interesting. Frequency, fluency, ease, talent, development, privilege, aptitude, self-comfort, temper, laziness, and intelligence. And we have stellium reversed. Reinforcement and concentration. I'll show you these cards. They're amazing. And then we have the Griffin, honor and good luck. Marvelous. We have passion and we have mystery. Interesting. And then here we have miracle reversed. And then we have grief. So fluctuating feelings here. This was reversed. It's almost like you know that you should be happy with the situation, but you're not allowed to be. Somebody may have passed, and it may have been after a long illness or something. Also, when people pass, things get released. So there may be that aspect of things where things have been released, but it was a very painful situation, because I feel like the heart chakra, there's something with the heart that's been released. And it's almost like there was a prayer for a miracle and it didn't happen. But actually, that was it. That was the miracle. So with these two cards, happiness. I'm aware that being happy means I am on the right path. That's to do with your internal guidance system and whether or not it feels good or bad. And fear. I realise that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So when I say about good and bad, I'm talking about how you would, you know, when you get that feeling, if something doesn't feel right, that's your internal guidance system. And when something feels really good, you feel drawn to it. Yeah, it's that. And it's almost like you're starting to gain an idea of what your levels of fear are. Sometimes you may also be, with this understanding of fear, there's also this idea that you've been living in a space that's actually caused you to be more fearful because it's been easy. And what you need is more mystery. You need something that you don't know about. You need something that encourages you to want to find out more about things, to understand things in a different way, so that you can question things. Let's see what your tarot has to say. So we have the Father of Swords, which is the King of Swords. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed. We have the Two of Swords. By the way, I'm talking really quietly because my neighbour's bed is just underneath where I do the reading, so I have to be really quiet. Two of Cups. And I wanna pull you some more cards, pile, because all the other piles got more cards, so I want to give you another one. Two of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Well, that's interesting. The Lover's reversed. Okay. I've been getting quite a few relationship-like vibes, which I never used to really get. But maybe it's with the new audience, with all my new lovely subscribers that are watching. I'm definitely feeling like a relationship here that didn't work out. You weren't chosen. And it's interesting how we go from the Ace to the Two, or the Two to the Ace. So it's almost like you weren't able to receive that clarity. You weren't able to move forward. And interesting how we have the Two Roses. So it's almost like whatever relationship that you were in beforehand, you weren't able to communicate yourself. You weren't able to put yourself forward in a way, even though you were happy. And this doesn't have to be like a love relationship, but with these two, it's a little bit love. But there's no cups here. Seems like it was of convenience, to be honest. And also, whoever this Father of Swords was in this relationship, they weren't very nice to be around. Not really. They really weren't. For some of you, I'm not saying that this is for all of you, but for some of you, you could have been in quite an abusive dynamic. You could have been in a dynamic where somebody was being abusive towards you, being belligerent, not really listening to your needs, not being able to value you, because we've got happiness and we've got fear. And I was just like, why is that? And the only dynamic that I feel that in is when you don't know where you stand with someone. And that's the Father of Swords reversed all over. So there may be times when you're with this person and it may seem amazing. But then there's other times, which is why we've got passion and mystery. But then there's other times and you just don't know what's going on. You just don't know. So, yes, there could have been some kind of grieving going on in the respect of like a person leaving. This person could have been a parent or someone that was close to you, and unfortunately they've left this physical plane. But it also could be that, by the way, that doesn't, I'm not predicting anything. I'm just saying that what has happened in the past. But then with this grief card, there's something that you're letting go in terms of an idea of what you had about that person. It's more about the idea that you had of a person, and about what you thought about them, because I don't know, I just get this sense that you weren't able to express yourself within this relationship. Look at those two crosses going over like that, next to each other, these two twos. That to me says that you weren't able to communicate yourself, and then with the Ace of Swords, you're finally able to do it because it's over. Because the choice wasn't you. And you're able to grieve the parts of yourself that you left behind, that you lost. And you were praying for the opposite to happen, as I said before. But actually the real miracle is that this happened. Really interesting. Really interesting. Okay. What does pile 3 not see? What does pile 3 not see? 6 of spades. The portal of the tide, it's reversed. Yeah, I don't know. I think you might... This seems very narcissistic behaviour. So it might have been that you didn't know where you stood with this person at all. Jack of Hearts. God of Dreams. And then look, clarifying the 4 of Pentacles. Complete destabilisation. You didn't know where you stood with this person. Sometimes it was good, sometimes it was bad. As I said, this doesn't have to be a relationship, but it could also be a father figure as well. Could also be a father figure. I am seeing a relationship though, primarily. Portal for the Philosopher. 8 of spades, 8 of clubs. This has given you time to think about what it is that you really want. This has been like, you know, it's actually kept you in this period of stasis where you've had to really reconsider what is your true values. Because sometimes when you're around this person, they're so intoxicating that there's no way that you can actually consider your own needs and values properly. And it's allowing you to have time to think upon the situation. And then you've got here, 8, the portal of the lily, so you've got another 8 of spades. I don't know, I just feel like something's dying. Something's dying. There's something within you dying. I mean, lily is about, I don't know, I associate lilies with death. It's not necessarily death, and also these particular lilies are about rebirth. But that is what death is. Death is just a gateway to rebirth. So I'm thinking that maybe the ending of this relationship, whatever context it is giving life to something else. It's giving the manure. It's giving the kind of food for something new. And interesting how we have 2 flowers here. There's something about flowers. So it blooms for a particular time and then it stops and then it dies. And that seems quite synonymous with this situation. It just bloomed and then it stopped. Like you had the happiness, which was the bloom, and then it turned into fear. And now you're seeing the clarity. Let's see what else. The Jack of Spades. Sorry, of clubs. God of Synchronicity. Yeah, this was meant to happen. And the 9 of Hearts. Portal for the dream world. Look towards your dreams. Look towards your dreams. The 9 of Hearts. You're nearing the completion of this cycle. But I think it's just going to take some time for you to work through it. But there is definitely this kind of like love-hate kind of thing going on. If you're not in any relationship, right? It's almost like things have been easy, but then they're also hard as well. And there's some kind of game that's going on. Some kind of like playing that's happening. And if it isn't someone else, it seems to be like maybe it's part of your personality that's manipulating itself and making you think that you've got it under control. Yeah, these readings are definitely like shadow readings. It's like, oh. And there's a lot of this kind of like flower image as well. Flowers. So the symbolism of flowers. Flowers bloom and then they die. So there's something about something that you thought was beautiful and really promising, but it definitely wasn't destined to last forever. Absolutely not. And that's the problem. That's the issue. Because there was something holding tight to you believing that it would stay. And it's not. It was fleeting. And I'm getting that from this trine energy, because it's that sense of like, things are okay, I'm comfortable, things are going to be all right, and then they don't stay that way. In fact, the choice was taken out of your hands. I would also say that some kind of rest, like not so much hermit energy, but just sleeping is definitely going to help you in this situation, for sure, because you're grieving as well, or grieving this part of yourself. Okay, let's have a look at your other cards. So we've got disseminating, waning earth, moon, responsibility. It is reversed, but I don't think I read the other piles reversed, so I'm not going to do that with you. And then we've got revision, black air, and black moon, dormant. So it's interesting. I'm going to pop that on that side, because then it matches with that as well. We've also got the number 8 as well. And then we've got number 5, responsibility. So it's almost, yeah, similar to like pile 2. It's taking responsibility for you. It's taking responsibility for what's come of this. With these flowers, you've also got fruit as well. So it's something that's come to fruition, something that's happened as a result of you taking part of this, you taking part in this situation. Because what I'm getting is that this wouldn't happen unless you were doing something as well in this situation. And I know that can be quite difficult to hear, but you know, we all play a part. You know, these kind of situations attract certain types of people, and when these two types of people get together, it creates quite a toxic situation, or it creates like a particular type of situation. If you get into a certain mindset and you think that you can get away with that kind of behavior with yourself, and then before you know it, it's 10 years down the line, and then you realize that you've actually got some serious problems as a result, what do you think's going on there? It's taking responsibility for that. Koi fish. That's a good luck symbol. And I think that this is really in your favor. And that's good luck. It said like honor and good luck. I didn't do that intentionally. So there's something about this. The timing of this is really fortuitous for you, pile 3. It's about you working this out. As unpleasant as it might be. I was going to say that I think you might still end up being in this relationship, but I don't see it. I don't see it. It could be, but I'm not sure. You've got vulnerability here. So that's about you being vulnerable with yourself, I think, more than anything, rather than you being vulnerable with other people. But also opening yourself up to others as well is definitely something, rather than thinking that you have to hold out. And then we have authority. That's interesting. You've got just like quite a lot of juxtapositions, contradictions. So it's almost like having authority in the vulnerability that you express. Taking charge of your vulnerability, making sure that you can, like, understanding the dynamic of being vulnerable as well as being authoritative. How do you do that? How do you do that? That's a work. That's boundaries. That's understanding who you are. I'll be honest with you, it's something that definitely comes with age. If you're on this path and you're thinking about that. Because, I don't know, when I get older, and as I've gotten older, I've just thought, I don't care anymore. I'm just going to do what I want. And it doesn't matter whether I'm wrong or right. And that's what vulnerability is. But authority is like the sense of like, well, vulnerability is like, I'm just going to take a chance no matter what. Authority is just like, oh, well, I'm just going to do that because it's who I am. I'm not going to change that. That's the only way I can explain it, I think. Let me know what you think in the comments. And, wow, hearing. So there's a lot of listening going on, pile 3. Alertness, deafness, and distractedness. Yeah, just finding out about what you're listening to, how you're hearing things. What's the voice in your head? What's that saying to you? How's it talking to you? And then to close out the reading, wow, we've got Aquarius. I love it. It's got like cups. So how can you fill anyone else's cup if yours is empty? Wow, how can you fill anyone else's cup if yours is empty? Wow. Wow. Also, Aquarius season is in February, so something significant may happen for you then in terms of you being able to move through this energy. But that's what you don't see, pile 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did like it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. And if you did want to go deeper, do hit me up for a personal reading. But otherwise, my darlings, I really hope you enjoyed this reading. And thank you so, so much for your time and energy in watching this. I wish you all the best. You take care.